And good morning. How's everyone doing? Here we go. Top of the day, I tell you. All right. So, ow, smack myself with the mic. Where are we going today? What are we doing? Bum, 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 bum. I don't have the music in my headset. Wonder what that is. Adjust your filters. No, thanks. We're good. I also use a tool called Loopback for routing audio in the Mac. And this is what it looks like. And you can see there's no audio pumping through. Pretzel seems to have stopped playing. Who knows? All right. And so we'll get that going. It, it was doing fine when I took the dog out. And then when I had to find her, there's like lots of snow out there. She was gone. Just gone. Okay, everything's good there. Boom. And let's check on Pretzel again. Pretzel's just not having it. It's got little spinny things here. Good night, Pretzel. You're back. Oh, stations. Thank you. Play. Oh. There we go. So we are going to be working on the message parsing again today. I chatted with Musean a little bit after the stream yesterday. I was asking about the range, asking if it was a bug, but really the range is just representing the data that Twitch sent. So it's not meant to be inclusive or exclusive. It's just meant to represent the data. And but also we exchanged some links or actually Musean sent me some links. And it turns out that we were doing nearly exactly the same thing that they're doing in one of their projects. Except for they convert everything to chars, a vector of chars, and then work with that. And like it was very, very similar. In fact, close to like even us using an enum for message part. I think they were using like a text spans and stuff like that. Good morning. Head game fire. Good morning. How you doing? Chilling. It's fun. Yeah. It's relaxing. I can do some coding before work. Stay sharp, all that. This is still too hot. I poured some tea. Man. Can't drink that yet. Gotta go for the water. So we're going to start to work on some little functions we're going to play around with here. It's the bottom here. We got our tests. Just above our tests, I'm going to create a little function that expresses our intent. Then eventually we'll write some tests for it, etc. So we are going to take like a switch message to parts. We need the message And look at me. All right. Then we also need, I think, the emoticons. And we're going to be... What do we want to convert here? Do we want to use those same emoticon types? Because right now, I think we just want the emotes. And that's going to be a vector of emotes. And what we're going to return is a vector of message part. All right. Now this is kind of a reboot of what we were doing yesterday. So, first thing we need to do is flatten the emotes. Now, up the emotes from, let's see, I think it's ID ranges to range ID. There we go. I don't know if I really care for these commit messages always showing up. Like these things when I hover. Sometimes get in the way. All right. We'll do this first. And see, I keep doing that. Maybe I just don't use the mouse. That works too. Let's write a little test for this. Some sort of basic test. No idea what that is yet. Let's say we get actual results is going to be Twitch message parts. We're going to give it a message of something simple, right? Something really simple. Hello, Kappa world. Boom. One emote, super simple. Now, emotes would be, we need a vector of emotes. ID for Kappa is what, 25 or something? I don't remember exactly. Then we need a vector of ranges. Now, in this case, the way that this works here is that Twitch ends up giving us a range inclusive of its position in Unicode. So we got, you know what? I'm gonna bring this one up. All right. So it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Plus the 4 for this emoji. So that's 10. Then we have a space here. It's 11. So on 12, where'd it go? Oh, it's 12 dot dot 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. All right. So that's our actual. We're going to be comparing that with the expected output of what? Now, we want basic parts here. So we're going to get a vector of message parts. And my music stopped again. Adjust your filters. We couldn't find any tracks to play based on your current filters. Really? What are my current filters? It says it has 9 hours of tracks. 9 hours. That should be. Are they? There must be something wrong because this is like the same song. And there's some. What they got here. All right. So we need message parts, right? And the first message part is going to be text. Okay, and the text is going to be. Oh, and then whatever the family thing is, space, comma, and then we have message part, emoticon. We give it the ID, 25, I think we said. Message part, world, space world. All right. Does this one? Does this one? I want a string, but I think we can do this without that. Or can we? I don't think we can. Because we have to convert it into a vector of chars. So if we convert it into a vector of chars and then try to take that slice, kind of works, but I don't know if it's worth it to convert this to those pieces, then later be able to convert those sections into something like this. What would this be instead? This would be, wouldn't be a slice. How would you represent, let's say you had a vector of char here, right? And you wanted to represent a slice. What would that look like? I don't know what that type is. Let's ask Rust Analyzer. Let foo equals vector of char. Oops. Okay. Huh. Well, that works. There's our message parts. Oh, but then it would be... No, we still couldn't do that. Because the thing we would have a reference to would be local to the function. And if we try to return this message part, it wouldn't work. Fascinating. Okay. Oh, let's stick with string then. Although, converting it to a string. You go from a vector of chars to a string. Is string from raw parts. What is raw parts now? From UTF-8. Oh, no, that's UTF. Converts a vector of bytes to a string. That's not what we want. Okay, let's look at the traits here. Extend from. Oh, from char. From iterator char. Perfect. Okay. That's what we need. From iterator of borrowed chars, even better. Okay. We have our flat emotes there. Okay. No. Where's our test? Oh, string. Yeah, that's fine. A vector of message part. Isn't that... Oh. Need to add partial, equal, and equal to be able to compare these. Should be okay now. You might be missing a string literal to format with. Oh, assert equals. Use the wrong function. No wonder. All right. So that's our test. Now we can try to run it. If we click run test here, it should fail because it's empty. It's just going to panic. All right. And it failed. Perfect. Not yet implemented. Beautiful. So let's start to implement that. We want this to be equal to, this is our flat emotes function. Oh, it's just called flatten emotes. Okay. We give it the emotes. Perfect. We get our flat emotes back. We also need to convert the message to be in that kind of UTF-8 emote space. Now, we're going to change this. We're going to rename it to just flat emote, or I don't know. There we go. We're also going to get rid of this byte position emote because we're not using it anymore. There's going to be a couple places that we need to comment out though. So let's do this. No longer need that. Use the compiler to help find where we're going to do this. Okay. Where else? Yep. We got some we have some tests here. Now, we're not going to need this. Mode of composition to byte position. That goes away. All right. Okay, no more errors. We already have a test for flatten emotes, which is fine. Now, let's convert the stir to a vector of chars. Message will equal... Oh, how do we convert this? Going to be message dot into iter. No, dot chars. It's chars. Collect that into a vector of char. Okay. So at this point, we need to start processing these, right? So we'll go through each character, trying to figure out, what is this? Is it an emote? Is it something else? Right? So we need some sort of, some variable to keep track of our position. And after reviewing Museum's work, I'm going to use the variable name he used. They, I don't know, that they used. So we'll have a cursor. Now, was there another way we could have done this too? Do we need the cursor? My implementation is going to diverge a bit because at some point I also want to implement code blocks, right? So we could get code block formatting or other types of formatting for our messages. Things that Twitch just doesn't normally support. So I don't know if cursor is going to be all that helpful here, as opposed to maybe mode or like the start of the current range, like current section. So what I'm thinking is we have char, and then we also have index, right? And we iterate through the the message, which has been redefined. And then at that point, we could either keep track of where we found these parts, or we build up these messages kind of as we go along. Oh, dot enumerate. There we go. Oh, and I got these backwards. Okay. There we go. So first we check if the index is going to be equal to, an emote. Right? Yeah. We're going to need a couple of pieces here, but we'll get there. Kind of want to see if we can I might want to advance the iterator inside the loop. Just save this to local. Let's see if we can do that. So we'll have our character iterator. Okay. And in here, can we say char iter.next? Just testing it out. Will it tell us that it's already... Oh. Needs to be mutable. Yeah, it's already been moved. Okay, so because it's been consumed here, it's been moved here. Can I just borrow it? Yeah, more than one borrow. Mutable borrow. Or exclusive borrow. All right. How's our tea doing? Ooh, all right. Beautiful. I think we need to do this a different way because of this. Okay, we're not going to use a for loop. I'm just going to put a loop here, just for the heck of it. Say, let index and char equal that. We, okay, so if we do it this way, it does work. Okay. Beautiful. That will work. So if the index is the same as an emoticon, we're going to build up an emoticon part. Oh, and we need a return, right? Parts. Right. emoticon, check for code block, and otherwise it's text, right? Okay. Code block might look something like this. I don't really think that we need to have like a triple, right, backtick. So we're just going to do single backtick. If char equal ignore ASCII case. Oh, that's interesting. Wow, there is a ton of stuff here. So if char is equal to backtick, we do this. All right. You know, the other thing we could do is match. But that means we'd only be matching for the char, right? Because if we got down to try to match for the emoticon, what would we match for? A position? Will that work? Goodness, I don't know if that would work. It would work in Erlang. What I'm thinking is match index and char. All right. Now, if the index happens to be, oh, here, let's do the char first. So we ignore the index for the char version. And then we have backtick here. Then we do a code block, right? In the second case, we wouldn't be ignoring the index, we'd be ignoring the char. In this case, it would be whatever the first emote is. Oh, and we should absolutely make this find emotes dot reverse. Wait, no, I'm going to reverse them in here. So we only sort it once. Oh, never mind. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where do we go? Okay, here. And then we'll just pop them off the end. Next emote position is going to be equal to emotes. How do we get the last one? Why doesn't it know the type on this? Oh, because reverses it in place. Not reserve, reverse. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yes, because what if there is none? Oh, what do we check for in that case? That should be okay. Last dot. Read. Oh, flat. Can we not copy? Really? You can't do that. It's just copy automatically. Oh, wait. Is range not copy? No. Range doesn't implement copy. Okay, fine. I don't really want to copy this each time, but it should be simple. And why? Okay, let's just change this from arrange to use size, something like that. And then when we flatten the emote, the range will just convert. Okay. We should just be able to say sort by key range, right? Because you can sort on tuples. Nice. And now it should be copy. Beautiful. So now we get our flat emote. And in this case, if the index is some index, and we say we're trying to match next emote position, lets us do that. That is cool. Okay. We have a couple of... Why did that not work? If it matches the next emote position, and we do an emote block. Otherwise, oops, where were we? Here. Otherwise, we just do a text block. This one's a text block. So we have code block. Emoticon block, and then text block. All right, something like this. We will also need to check whether or not the current next emote position is further ahead, or excuse me, has been passed, right? Because if somebody puts in an emote inside of a code block, we don't want to format that emote. But Twitch is going to tell us that the emote exists, so we need to skip it. So if some index is, can you compare these? Oh, that would be so neat. Is greater than next emote position. So if we've passed next emote position, let's can we swap that? Flip it. Okay, so if it's in the past, then we will pop it. Mismatch types. Expected struct flat emote. Dot map. Because I only want one part of it. Or emote e dot range dot 0. Okay. Copied objects. Perfect. Option to use size. If it's in the past. Oh, nice. We can compare that. Hey, Rockaboo. Oh, I missed your message. I got back into your Rust game last night and tried to learn how to apply algebraic data types using Rust and kept getting stuck. Rust safety. Oh, yes. What kind of game are you working on? You know what? I don't think we can use a match. Because we need to fall through. If there isn't a matching tick here, because we need to scan ahead. Oh, that's too bad. Okay. I was really hoping to use that. That just felt like a neat pattern. All right. Loadcom block, text block. Now we got a bunch of extra stuff here. With structs, we should implement a trait. Okay. I'm passing it as a generic, but I couldn't return different types from an enum impl. Oh, interesting. That's cool. That's very cool. Yes. We need to know. So message hasn't been consumed, has it? That just borrows it. So we should be able to still scan it. Simple bundles where T bundle S. We can't do T plus S. Oh. Oh, interesting. Huh. I wonder if there's a way for that. They both implement bundle trait. And bundle implements the addition operator. Huh. All right, let's go to string. Let's see. Okay. Is it on iterator? Fine. Inspect. Maybe I'm looking for the wrong word, because it's kind of like a position, but I want to search starting at a given place. Oh, iterator has advanced by, but nightly only. Oh, that's neat. Calling advanced by 0 can do meaningful work. For example, flatten can advance its outer. Oh, interesting. Huh. All right, let's go back to string here. Chart indices contains find. Okay, we can do that. So we could get a slice here, which is wherever our current index is, +1. +1, dot. Okay. Is it find? It is find, isn't it? Yeah, it's find. And in this case, okay, we'll have our tail here. And we want to find a matching backtick. Now, our pattern here can be a stir, char, or slice of chars. Oh, interesting. That's neat. Could also be a slice of chars. It's our char. That will return a map. Excuse me, that'll return an option. Why did I say map? Because I was thinking a wicked map. And now, what is it going to return? The position? Yeah. So only if we find a matching backtick do we know where it is. And we can build up our code, our message part code. Okay. Let's not push. And this would be wonder if I could. I just split the message here. We know where the index is. We have this borrowed char iter though. This has a reference to message. I wonder if you have an iterator over something like a vector, and then you split the vector? It seems like a lifetime issue. But maybe it's something with the box stuff you haven't fully learned yet. Oh, interesting. So, box down bundle. Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's reaching for me. Sounds like a fun experiment, though. I remember you can express that. Rust. So whatever's inside the box, impulse, whatever you say, is inside of it. Right, so it's using double dispatch to execute anything. But since the size of the struct, using the trait might be different, yeah. Kind of akin to using like a V table, right? I was going to look up in so if we have a vector, let's say I wanted to cut a chunk off of it. Here's a splicing iterator. Oh no, I don't want to replace it. Split off. Split. It's a collection into 2 at the given index. Returns, oh, a newly allocated vector containing the elements. I see. So basically it takes the tail into a new. Yeah. So it returns a tail in newly allocated vector. I see. So it's not going to do anything magic. Like, that makes sense. I was hoping to be able to simply take the beginning and leave the existing vector. All right. So in this case, this will be let code equal to, let's see, and if I only want to take a parts, and no, I don't think these are going to let us mutate it. Oh, it does. Okay. Oh, I see. Connect contains copy from slice. So we do this: copy all elements from source into self using a mem copy. Okay. We can create a new vector from a slice of char, right? Yeah, we could do that. Okay, so back from. Now, where is this going to be? This is going to be wherever the last one was to where we currently are. We also need to advance the iterator. Oh shoot, I've been muted forever. Okay. So basically what we've worked through here is finding the matching tail or the matching backtick, getting a copy of the vector of chars, pushing that into a code block. Now we need to advance the iterator. However, it's not so easy. So what's another way to do this? What are they doing? Match. Let's see. Self iter advance by. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing too. All right. I don't think mine needs to be so careful. Basically the same value. Isn't there a length on the range? Don't? I don't believe it. Start end. It's trusted length. Up unsafe trade, trusted length. Also nightly only. Fine. inline that, get rid of that. And this is index plus 1. No, end plus 1. And minus index plus 1. Okay. Because it's inclusive, we need the plus 1 there. I know it doesn't matter where you like put the plus 1 here, but I think it tells the story better. All right, so there's the code piece. Now we need the emoticon block. Oh, and we found it, so we need to continue. Yes, that's one of the little things we're going to do here. Because if we don't find it, then we fall into this case. Right? If index is equal to next emoticon position, now we consume as much space as we need to for the emoticon, and basically push one of these. And what is the... Don't need to map this anymore. Even where do we even need this next? Here. Does it have to be there, or can it be down further? I think it can be down further. Unless an emoticon starts with a backtick. I don't think they do. And this should be more of a while, right? Because if we kept having these code, oh, maybe we should put it back up there. No, because we might have missed, we might have had like 50 emoticons in a code block. So you'd still have to iterate past each one. Otherwise, we break. So if the beginning of the mode is before where we are, pop it off the stack, right? If it's not, right, if it's equal to or greater, then leave it on the stack and break out of the loop. Okay. Now down here, if we have an emote and Pop that off. Okay, so the emote pops off. I don't know. That's fine. Now we need to know what the ID is, and then we need to increment the iterator. All right. Oh, I see here. Okay, so we copy that. Now we just iterate past. Where is this going to be? This is going to be the emote end. That one. And that's already inclusive. Let's see if that works. Nope, and we need to break. No, continue. Continue. That's a break there. Okay. Now the text block. Oh, but we don't know. We can identify the start of a code block, the start of an emote. How do we identify the end of a text block? Because if we reach this far, this is the beginning of a text block. So it's either we scan to the next backtick, the next emote start. Stretch my back. Okay. So we need the position of the next backtick, right? Or start of the next emoticon. Both are easy to come by, right? Either that, or we simply record the start of the text block, and then at the beginning of either one of these, we capture it. It's a. Then we'd also have to capture it here. Text start is equal to none. Pipe annotations needed until we start coding some more. All right. So what we're doing is we're parsing through this text, looking for backticks for code blocks, looking for emoticons, and then if it all falls through, it becomes text, right? We're creating these structured message parts. And in this case, so we have text. So if we've gotten to this point, if is, let's see, what was it? Text block, text start is none. So if it's none, then we want to set it. I also need to mark that as mutable. Some index. Okay. So then we have a couple places where we have to tend to the text block, right? So I'm going to put the code up here. And then we will extract it out to a little function. So what's going to happen here? If we are starting a code block and there happens to be an existing text block start, we have to close that text block. If we have that, Moscow Beige, good day to you. Okay. So at this point, let's not push. And we will give it a string. That's going to be, no, it's not a string. It's a vector of chars. Back from message. We need to give it the slice again. And this is text start. Oh, and this, oh, we already got the start. All the way up to, but not including the current iterator. Index, excuse me, index. Now at this point, we have already advanced past the text part, so we don't have to advance past it. What am I doing wrong here? Message. I don't think we need that. Back. Oh, because the type is wrong here. So for this, we would need what? The message, the start, and the index. Or we copy paste. All right, so we got our little copy paste there. We could put this in like a closure or let's see if it works. Oh, interesting. That's now our text here is not going to work. So how do we convert this easily from a string to a vector of text. So we're going to do that a lot. Odds of this working the first time. What do we got? So run with test. Here we go. Oh no, it died. All right, so what do we get? Left is not equal to right. Well, we didn't get some other sort of panic. That's good. What did we get? We had hello. Oh, and here continues to cap or kappa. Then we have emoticon. Okay. So what is this? This is the actual and the expected. So the actual is different from the expected. It looks like we didn't consume the right number of emoticon characters. And I wonder why it stopped parsing at that point. Okay, so two issues. It stopped. And it didn't iterate. Emote.range.1, that should be the end of it, minus the current index. So how many times are we going to iterate past? Oh, you know what we could do? With the range.0. It's basically the same sort of thing. No, it's not, right? Because this would be like, oh, the range.0 should be the same, right? Because the index is equal to the range.0. We're going to iterate to 0 to that. We're going to iterate past it. Now, the error could be here, or we did get an emoticon, so it must have been in here. Yeah, I don't see the error. Let's run it again. Hello. And this is a 4-byte emoticon. And that's why I'm using it. Okay, so we did parse the emoticon. We either started too late? Oh, that's interesting. Could our indices be off somewhere else? Like what character are we looking at when we get to this point? The index of this char. It's Unicode char, so this should not be throwing it off. Although it's very suspicious. Let's look at this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 extra pieces here. And that's a 4-byte, although it'd only be 3, I think, if we got it wrong. Unless it's a bug plus an off by 1. That'd be 4. Okay. Oh, hold on. Hold on. The text block recorded too many, didn't it? It did. Why did it record too many? Why? Is this here is too much? our start to index. Where's index? Index, that's a value there. To dbg, index, and char. So I'm suspicious. All right, run it. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that looks great. We only got 1 for this. And 11, 12, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, because the emoticon's in here somewhere, right? Actually, that's... Oh, this is a text block, not a code block. My mistake. My mistake. I was looking at the code block thinking, this is really screwy, but it's not a code block. This is part of the text processing. So at this point, we have, look at this. It's probably this piece here. So as we're coming through, we hit the text block. Oh, and when we do this, we also need to set the text start back to none. I forgot about that. Oh, I want to say Alex, right? All X rise. All X rise. Good day to you. How are you? So if it's not a code block, it's not an emoticon, we come down here, we see that text start is none, we record the index, right? And then at this point, as we find the beginning of an emoticon, we say, hey, we might have a text block. Check to see if it does exist. If it does exist, we reset it immediately. Yay, code copy. Reset it immediately, and then we copy a part of the message. However, this is wrong. It's receiving too much. So start, it seems like it's the right place, but index is at the wrong place. I wonder why. Shouldn't that... It should have happened right there. Let's log where this happens. dbg. Restart. These are all 304s. Oh, here. Yeah, it happens way too late. Right. K-A-P-P-A. But it happens after the emoticon. What? Did I get this mixed up? Here's range 0. All my ranges backwards? Did I say 0 and 1 incorrectly? Range 0, range 0. Implement default emoticons? Yes. Yes, we are. And start and end. Range looks correct, right? The 0 is the start and 1 is the end. And then here, comparing against range.0, I want to see what that is. Zero is 12. 12. Why is it 12? It shouldn't be 12. That's one character. It should be, I don't know, 8. 8 or 9, I forget. Oh, it should be 8. Why is it 12? Did I convert that? Did I flatten and convert that in here? No. Okay. This has me kind of freaked out. Why is that set that way? Oh, is it because of my test? Did I set up my test wrong? I did. I did. Oh, thank you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It should be 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Oh, simple fix. Okay. It still failed, but let's see. Left. Hello, and then emoticon. Okay, we're getting closer. All right. Yeah, we can nearly live with this. Okay. All right, so let's check where we're getting that slice from, because if we are using the index, so start to index. Yeah, we're using index. It should be index -1, the previous character. Okay. Then due to copy pasta, I need to paste this up here. We'll extract that out in a minute. Okay. Beautiful. Of those two pieces. But we're not getting back the next block of text. Why is that? Oh, because we don't capture the text block at the very end, which would be this again. All right, so that's in 3 places. We really need to fix that. Index here is going to be the end. No need to restart it. Okay. Test again. Yeah, we're trying to get really fancy emoticons working. Oh, interesting that we are missing a space. Did the emoticon consume 1 extra? Zero? Oh, yes, because it's... I think it's technically too many. Off by 1 error. I think it's that. Again. 1 passed. Okay. Beautiful. Let's clean up some of our debugging and that function. Back to where we were. Basically, we just want a closure for this. And this is going to be what? Oh, but we can't get a mutable reference to that. This might as well just be a function that we pass pieces into. Capture text, we need a bunch of things. Text start. This needs to be a mutable reference to option useSize. We also need what do we need? Oh, and we need the parts. Alex Barkin. We'll replace that with none. No. We take in this case. Take. Oh, and we need the message as well. Just needs a regular borrow. Let's say these guys. Okay. Isn't that right? This is a slice of chars. Oh, it's because of the text start. Yes, no? The size of values for type char cannot be known to compile time, really? Add a string and see what the error says when we pass it in, because I think my types are a little off here. Okay, so we also need to pass in not just a regular reference to message. I guess in this case we could have used a closure. All right, compiler, help me out here. Oh, and vecchar. Got it. Okay. Now index. We didn't pass that in. Text start. Text end. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, index. Oh, interesting. We could have passed a range in. We would have to operate on the text start piece. How close that gets us. Do we need to subtract 1 on that? I don't remember. That's what our test will tell us. 1 passed. All right. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do a more complicated test with code. Or just a different test with code. All right. Let's adjust our spacing, our indexing for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's at 10. So basically just increment by 1. Okay. 10 to 14. And this will be a little different though. It will be hello. We'll have code. And code will start out with little family emoticon. We'll have kappa space world. Okay, no more emoticon. Connection to server got closed. Server will not be restarted. Okay, well, thank you. I'm going to restart it. Start server. All right. I'll run the test. Failure. No. Okay. What do we get? We got hello. And then code. Oh, interesting. We got a back. Oh, yeah, we did get the backtick. What do we do with the backtick? Should we show it? Should that be part of the code? It should probably be part of the code. I don't want to lose anything here. No. I want to strip it. I can do that in JavaScript though. Here we're just saying this is a code block. Okay. Too many spaces. I don't know why there were so many spaces. Let's run it again just to clean it up. So in this case, we got hello. Oh, but our should have left one on there. Sorry, indexing wrong here? When we capture the text, we are doing a -1 on this. Okay. Fixed. Wow. Okay. I'm going to extend this one. We're going to do a full emoticons plus this, plus that. Kappa. Okay. Now in this case, what would we have? We'd have 10 to 14, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 17 to 21. kappa, text, emoticon. Right. With them playing together. All right, what do we have? Oh, we have text of empty here. Okay, so we have hello, then we have code. So this is what we're expecting. Oh, interesting. What happened here? And then here we have text, emoticon, then hello world. Or then world. Okay, so world happened okay, but the code block, oh, that just got butchered. Why did the code block stop early? We are resetting, aren't we? Yeah, we take here. So when we capture the text, we take it. We are resetting. Hello, hello. We should have just gotten a code block. Oh, and you know what? My test is wrong too. Right, because we didn't update. Basic code. Okay, this here. And then, yeah, what do we do with this? We have like a 1 character text block. How's Twitch message lecture coming along? It nearly compiles. And it's almost Turing complete. This, I think, is what we're expecting. So, some important changes. We did go with a vector of chars. Okay, so that made it much simpler. And we can identify code blocks, we can identify emoticons, but code blocks and emoticons together, it's a no-go. So we're fixing that. If we look at this here, you can see what we're expecting. A text block with hello, a code block, right? It's going to have its backticks in it. It's going to have the family emoji and then the kappa, right? Because if an emoticon is inside of a code block, it shouldn't be displayed as an emoticon. Then we have text, right? Because of the space, and then an emoticon, and then a space world, right? But what we get is hello, then our code block ends early for some reason. I don't know why. So that's what we're trying to figure out. Why did that end early? Now, our other tests are working, so there is some functioning code here. Is that a backtick after emoticon inside text? Here, this is a backtick here, and this is a backtick here. So yeah, it's as if it stopped parsing early. I'm not sure why. So it should have gone from here all the way to here, but it stopped in the middle. It is still seeing the emoticon. It shouldn't, right? So whatever's doing the look ahead stopped early. Or when it did the look ahead, it calculated the end position incorrectly for some reason. Because after the family thing, there should have been a space. Right? There's no reason for it to have stopped there. So let's look through. I clicked on the scroll bar and it zapped me around a little bit. So it's this one here. Right? So this is what we're looking at. Parsing this message. Backtick, family, kappa, backtick, right? And then kappa on the outside. I think if this one up here, we just didn't have the emoticon on the outside. So somehow having that second emoticon really screwed this up. So that could be an issue with our flatten emojis. But I mean, this kind of looks fine. So if we get emotes from 2 to 3 and then 5 to 7, we get 2, 3, 5, 7. That looks okay. All right, so let's figure out what happened here and why it stopped after that space. Here's our function. And we set up our emotes first. We collect our message into a vector of chars, so we can use the Unicode indices. We have our text start, which is set to none, and then we set up an iterator, and then we have our little function. This is just to dry up some code that identifies when a text block has ended. Let's put these close together. Okay. So if the text start exists and capture text is called, then we attempt to capture the text. All right, and you'll see where that gets called. So as we iterate over the chars, and it is a enumerated iterator, which is why we have the index. Yes, technically there's no reason I couldn't put this down here. Just trying to get these kind of so more closely associated with each other. All right. So while we have a character, if it begins with, or if the character is a backtick, check for the matching backtick, right? So we'll look at the tail of the message, which is the current index plus 1, right? Not the current. We don't want to look at the current backtick. We want to look past the current backtick. Let's see if there's another one. And then if, given where the tail is, so we get an iterator there. Interesting. There might be a bug here if we put a backtick at the very end of a message. Okay. If let sum, so if we have another backtick, how does this screw up that way? I'm not seeing it. So we capture the text if it was a text, if there was a text block. Should rename that to like maybe capture text. And it's capturing the text okay. If we look at this, so we see that it has a text block here. So that worked. So capturing the text was okay. And then when we start to capture the code block, so here we have code. So we get a slice up to and including the backtick that we found. Then we just push that as a code block. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. Then we iterate past. So we have to iterate so far. So we could inspect what the end is. Right? What did it think the end was? We could also inspect the tail. Anything else? Index and tail. Let's try that. Okay. Which one was it? This one. The index was 6. The end is 7. And the tail is family kappa. But this looks correct. But the end, that does not look correct. Okay. No wonder it's stopping early. Oh, because that should be the starting position plus the end. Oh. Why didn't this break for the other test? So this end, right? Because we start the tail so far in, we need to add this index to the end when we're taking a slice. Okay. That's probably it. But then why didn't the other one fail? Why didn't this one fail? Hello, Kappa World. Did it just happen to be the right distance? Oh, that's crazy. All right, so what do we have now? Hello. Yep, good. That matches. Code matches. Oh, we didn't get the trailing backtick. Okay, so we need that trailing backtick. Okay, let's focus on that first, and then we'll try to figure out what happened here. All right, so we're off by 1. I don't see how we're off by 1. Index, end, and tail. Okay, let's look at the debugging info. Index, end, and tail. End is 7, so it would have been... Why aren't we just indexing into... You know... Really need a +1 there, even with the inclusive? The only reason we're using message here instead of tail is to get the first backtick. But we could do that a different way. We could say, oh, you know, we want this to be at index, and then just skip 1 in the iterator before we go on. So we could do that. That would make this a little cleaner. Let's change this. So we go index to the end. All right. Let's have the iter here. Let's tail iter. It's mutable. So we skip the first backtick. Now we got to ask, where's the position given the current iterator? Now will that return from where we currently are, or just as index and total index? You can still use iter. There's more elements. Oh, no, it gives us the same problem. Is that, okay, so it basically counts from where it's called. Okay. We can still work with that. We can work with that. So this would be tail, right? And I'm going to say it's going to be end plus 1. Let's see what this is. How do I rerun the last test? Last / that. Yeah, what do we get? We got backtick, family, kappa. We need the backtick. Okay. So one more. Now we have kappa correct here. That looks right. Okay. Then we have empty text. Okay, so our iterating past that block is not good enough. Because what we're hitting here is the emoticon that's inside of the code block. Okay. So now we need to properly iterate past that text. Here we go. This here. Iterate past the code part. So if we store this, that's code. We push that. And if we do this before, we could just use the length of the code. What does that give us? Kappa. Now we're only getting. Now we're just missing this space. Did we go too far? I think we went too far. One too far. -1. Okay, so that works. But do all the other tests work? Test file. Rust analyzer. Where's all of our test stuff? Yes, code, Rust. Where did it go? Debugging. Yeah, I don't really want to debug. I just want... Yeah, I'm not sure what these are in Visual Studio. Right? Run, test, and debug. But if I wanted to, like, test... Oh, here we can just run tests, plural. 4 passed, 0 failed. Oh, lovely. Okay. So we discovered another edge case in here where it might crash if we end a string with a code part. Single backtick. All right. If we did just that. It worked. Oh, wait. Of course it worked. No. Okay. Oh. Well, that looks nice. Let's, now that we've built and tested this function, code lens. Oh, code lens, code lens. File. Wow. Show code lens for current line. Show code lens. Oh. Let's use Twitch to message parts all the way up here. Where were we using this? Oh, here. We have our message parts, where we're trying to collect things. What was it called? Message to message parts? What? Twitch message to parts. Okay. Message. And emotes. Oops. We can get rid of chars, get rid of these, all of that is highlighted. That still stands. Oh, we didn't do any escaping. Okay. What else did we miss? So we still need to escape the text. Or both. Oh, can Escama work with vector of chars? Okay, so we need to add this. Other than that, message parts, unreachable statement. Why is that unreachable? Used variable is highlighted. It's down here. It's parts. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I forgot to save. Oh, I forgot to save. No wonder. Okay. It doesn't need to be mutable. My what? Drag through? I don't understand. What is this? Oh. Oh. No. Now I am level 21. So playing classic WoW. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I remember playing WoW on day one, right, with alliance and everything, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And some of my kids are about that age where I was, and so I wanted to kind of relive that with them. So we all got set up with WoW accounts now, and I'm paying Blizzard an ungodly sum, and um, it's kind of fun too, because right, we're trying to hang out, because not everybody lives at home anymore, and so yeah, just going through some of the old areas, it is really strangely powerfully like nostalgic. Like I wasn't expecting it. Yeah. But we're working our way up. We're working our way up. We'll spend some time doing it. All right. Slow path is best. Yeah, and I don't think I don't know what Blizzard does, right? Let's say you kind of cap out your classic character. Can you then like migrate it to like the Burning Crusades? Like what do you do, right? Just build it again? I don't know. But I think it'll be fun. All right, so let's take this into account, the escape text. Now we got to come down here. So we have to do this in two places, right? For the code, because we definitely want to do this for the code, and then again for the text. The text, I think, is going to be the easy one, as long as this works with Escama. We might have to. I don't know if Escama works with. It's a string. Okay. Text. Let text equals, I don't know, string from text. Oh, wait, is that undo? Oh, that was the Escama part. Really here, isn't it? we get this back? Because we have a vector of chars, right? We could do that. Okay, where's string? Extend. Where's char? Extend char. String from char, from a single one. Oh, an iterator of chars. Okay, we can do an iterator. Whenever you play, you do a lot of transmog finding in older raids. You always do an Ice Crown Citadel run. Yeah. We're actually playing Horde because the kids were like, yeah, I want to do Horde. And back whenever, like 20 years ago, goodness. Is it that long? It's more than that, isn't it? I ended up playing Alliance, mostly Alliance. Highest level character was Alliance. And so, yeah, just some of those dungeons, they were incredible. Like the big dungeons, right? Once you get out of like, Iron Forge and all that stuff, each kind of faction played them. It needs to be an iterator of, sorry, going back and forth here. So if this was, because we could do a slice. Into iter. That? Oh, come on. Iter chart, okay. That was chuckle. It's funny. Yeah, it is very much like Electron. It's got a Rust back end to it, which we're coding in right now. And just whatever web view you have as a front end, right? Web views are even enough. And so, it really reduces the download size of apps, which is really nice. And it has a focus on security, which is excellent. Also made things challenging, but I really like it. Okay, so why? Oh, except when you autopilot into an alliance camp? Yes. Oh my goodness, we almost did that last night. It's like, should we go through this archway? Sure, why not? And then you see us running away very quickly. Yep, so the UI components you can make with, for example, Svelte. I'm using Svelte. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So here's our message component. It's got some JavaScript, some HTML styling, which doesn't exist on this component, but you can have it. So it's kind of the power of the browser for display purposes, and all the performance and correctness that you get from Rust, which is really nice. Oh, I had a Starlink moment. Oh, that's too bad. You didn't know if there was a Rust transpiler like OCaml has to make UI components? No. There are Rust frameworks for UI stuff, so you could probably use Rust for your code in the web view if you're using WebAssembly. All right. Where are we going? Here. How do we convert this? So we have a vector of char and from iterator of char. Borrowed char or, oh, I need to do from iterator. I was just doing from. Yeah, or other things using WASM. Absolutely right. Oh, it worked. Holy cow. Okay. Which means that what does this give us? That gives us escaped HTML. No, we want the string on that. So we got to change this type back from vector of chars to a string. Escaped text. All right. Now we're going to do something very similar with a code piece. Also going to escape that for reasons. And this here can just be the code, right? The code section. So code into an iter. Text escaped. Code, escaped code. Let's see. Oh, yes. And this becomes a string, which is where we began the stream. Okay. Which also means that now our tests fail. Right? All of our tests fail? They shouldn't compile even. Oh, but we're collecting them and the collect converts it. Oh, how funny. Okay, let's also test going to test escaping in the message. Escaping. My keys are no longer working. What happened? No, just closing it. Quit anyways. Okay. So we want that to show up as ampersand LT GT. And so that needs to be escaped. We should probably just have a test for, let's run it. Just escaping text test. Okay. Oh, there's a space. I missed the space in my test. Okay. Beautiful. We need to remove the debugging. Let's do that real quick. DBG. That one can stay. I'm gonna stay. No, no. This one goes. All right. Now one last test here. Image source equals hello. Has no emotes and should only be a text block. Less than img space source equals there we go. Oh, we also escaped the quotes. Okay. Good to know. Good. Now, how about the whole thing? Beautiful. All right. Okay. Now, we've done the back end pieces. But I don't remember if we did the front end pieces. This has been cleaned up, tested. It's looking good. Right, and this is the previous one. Let's run. See what we come up with. I think, let's see, if we go back to message, we try to map these parts to text, but I don't think we did the code piece. If part is code, return part to code. Right. So we just have text code. So it's just going to dump out the code right now. Oh, and it didn't start up right. What we should, the next piece is actually getting the, come on, what's going on? That does get annoying. There's some timing issue, I think, with it starting up. Normally, it does that. Okay, log in, authorize. Okay, now we're in the channel. So, hello. Misspelled on accident. Clippy, boom, clippy, chat. Oh, okay, that died. Attempt to subtract with overflow. Okay. Let's make a test for this. Back to events, I think is where it is. And what was the message? we're going to have that over here. All right. And I think, yeah, it ended abruptly after the last Mr. Halsey Clippy. And then our emotes are at this here. 2 sets of emotes. The first one is, we'll just use Mr. Halsey Clippy. Might as well use the ID. And that's at 0.11, 17.28. Okay. And the next one is 425618. 13 to 15. All right. Now this is going to crash, right? We should simply get 3 of these. All right. Let's crash it. Oh, wait. I didn't want to start that. Okay. Or panic. 325. Captured text. Oh, index is 0. There should not have been any previous. I see. Problem here is that index is 0 and we're doing a -1 on it. When really, when we come in here, it would be guarded, right? This would be none. It wouldn't be possible to actually use that value. So we could move the -1 inside. Start would be an option to nothing. Okay. I'm just going to do that for now. That uses the message length. Ooh, interesting. Okay, we did that one. Is that the only place we do that? On the emotes. So when we get to the emote, we want to capture the text that is before the emote. And we say the text is ending 1 before, right? So if index is not equal to 0, about up here, right? If somebody only had code, would we run into the same thing here? We're not doing a subtract on it. Why not? Our text would be nothing. Index here. I don't understand why we're doing the -1 on this capture text. Okay. Going to remove it and see what fails. Let's just test everything. All right, 5 passed, 3 failed. So one of them that failed. Let's see. In this case, let's verify our assumptions real quick. So when we get to this point, right, we want to capture the text. I'm going to say, hey, you need to come up to this point. This is your end text, right? So when it's capturing, we get to end text. Down here, yeah, it's up to, but not including that value. Okay, so the bugs in these tests are actually elsewhere. And dog is barking. Okay, so after the emoticon, oh, you know what? We should have had spaces. But the emoticon didn't consume enough of its text. It left some behind. Okay. So with the emoticon, we have this -1 here. It's a little suspect. Okay. Well, it might be the reason now. Five passed, 3 failed. Okay. So this one, it looks like it's just bad on us. We should have text blocks between these. Let's fix that and get it down to 2 failures. Where was that one? Here. Okay. Oh, we can run previous, right? We run last task. There we go. 2 failed. Oh, good, good. Next K. Oh, this is happening here. Why? These are the same error, right? We had text followed by an emoticon. Right, code, text, emoticon. So text going to emoticon, our text is including 1 too many characters, which is why we had the -1 on there before, isn't it? So the start point's correct, but the tail isn't. If we looked at where we're capturing this for our emoticon, here, right before we would put a -1 on this index. But why is our index seems like our index is too high. We shouldn't be capturing this index. Do anything else with it? Oh, you know what we could do here? You can actually say text start take. Get rid of that line. So we go from the start to the end. I believe that this is copying out what it says it's copying out. Maybe this is not what I think it is. Let's reconsider this. Okay. So we have text, code. Right. It's correctly capturing those. We expect it to capture a single space after the text. Right. So when we see after the code, we come through. Right. It misses everything. It's not an emoticon start. It's not a backtick. And we say, hey, we don't currently have a text code start. It's not anything else. This is it. This is where we start. Okay, cool. So we set the start position, but then we see the beginning of an emoticon. At least that's how I'm reading this. And when we create this emoticon here, right, that's done right here. Now, why do we get that extra character? The index is at the beginning of the emoticon. Right, that range should be correct. And it, oh, look, it looks like it's still one off because even the space is gone. Okay. So maybe the indexes for the emoticons aren't right? Is it my test? Oh. Okay, let's check the test. Which test is this? 451. 451. Okay. Oh, that's not the test we were looking at, right? Is that the other one? Hello, Kappa. Search for the name. Okay, here. So our values here might be off. Let's double check this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that. That should be a 9. 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. That was a user error. Okay. That one should be good now. Okay. And now this one. Oh, that one's okay now. Perfect. So I must have changed the code to make the test pass before. Now we got that fixed. All right, and oh, this is interesting. Hello, and then K. Let's double check this test as well. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anything else we need to fix? Beautiful. All right. Now that we maybe trust our code, let's run it again. that a login. Authorize. All right. Let's hit it again. We got... Need some messages. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, look at that. It's working. And beautiful. Okay. Okay, but we didn't do code blocks. Testing. Right. Oh, no way. Wait, is... What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Which does that? Okay, the message that I typed wasn't that. The message I typed was testing and then, script tag. That's surprising. And what if I did like an image tag? Does that get... Okay, that gets passed through, but for whatever reason, the script tag got... That's interesting. Okay. All right. So this is all just like a really big lead up to being able to have formatted, highlighted code blocks in Twitch chat. I want to check and see our tasks here. We store them in source. This is all open source. Move single message on bands, clickable links. Okay. Move IRC events over Tauri event. Okay. Okay, so this is really associated with number 7. I'm going to commit this work associated with 7. It's okay. Third IRC to message conversion. Okay. Beautiful. And what's my schedule today? Okay, we're good for a little bit. So what we're going to try to do is use highlight.js in order to highlight this stuff. I'm looking forward to that. Okay. All right, that's pushed. And if anybody wants to follow along or contribute or whatever, that's what we're using. Oh, what's that? I don't know what that is. All right, but we can delete some of this. Yeah, we did all of this. Delete that. Delete that. Okay. Yeah, we might as well commit the deletion. Okay. One more real quick. What else do we have going? Okay. Let's go back into the message side. So this is Svelte. That's JavaScript. And right now, when we return a code block, which I don't think I really did, let foo equals bar writing code. So when something like this comes through, we want that colored and formatted and easy to select. I want it clean. Right now, that would have come through. Right? We would have mapped these message parts because the job here is to convert this into a string array and then we join them. Okay. When we get an emoticon, that gets converted into images, right? When we have a code part or a text part just straight through, right? It's escaped, it's ready to go. It's just text. But our code part, we also need to decorate this. Similar to what we did with the message emoticon. So we're going to create another one of these. Highlight mentions. Oh, wait, do we even use this anymore? No. We should. Sauce fix me on that. Fix me. Use code. All right. We want to call this, I think we just need the code, which is a string. Let's call that. Where's our code part? Yeah, because we currently returned void from this, it's detecting that. Highlight.js wants the language if you can give it. Well, we might be able to take the first couple characters to be able to hint it. Of course, all code is Rust, so it's fine. Yes. Code should be, let's see, code is in the format backtick, but foo equals bar, right? Semicolon, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Should we extend that? Should we say, oh, you know what? This could also be Rust. Like you could specify the language. I wonder if it has a list of languages that we could test against the first token here. Okay, we need to pull up the documentation on Highlight. Where's Highlight.js? I think it's over here. I'm hoping. Let's see, supported languages. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. That's quite a bit. I don't want to build a structure of my own for these. I wonder if there is a function that they have that gives that. How does Alexa handle JS string interpolation since JS uses backtick for interpolation? Poorly. Yeah, it really does. It's just going to match on the first JavaScript. Well, on the second backtick. So the first one starts the block, the second one ends it. We could switch it so that maybe we use triple backtick. Right. Oh, should we do that? Should we go triple backtick? And then the collisions are fewer? Okay, here, I'm just going to grab this. This would be great if you had a code block there to toss that in. And prefix I like, yes. is if instead we did tick tick, then I mean it makes the detection code a little more complicated. Oh, you like the oh, like that. Oh, interesting. Because it would have been too late in my parser by this point. I like the suffix bit. I think a little bit, it would be a little easier. You wanted to suggest the prefix on this? Why the prefix? Because I don't see it that way in other places, right? So just for like the markdown support and stuff like that, like in other languages, you would do a triple backtick, or other platforms, whatever, and then language, then a new line, then your code, and then triple backtick again. All right, let's see if we can at least convert it to the triple backtick. All right. Return. Yeah, and if you could do multi-line though, like if we only supported multi-line. That's how I'm going to display it, right? It's just going to be its own little styled section inside of a message. I'm not planning on having an inline code block. And I think the triple backtick also kind of expresses that as well. So if you had triple backtick, language, new line. Yeah, we cut away the LEDs. Well, yeah, maybe we could. Yeah, a Freudian little slip there. I don't know. But so I don't know. We could support both, right? But what would we do? What would we do? I mean, it's obviously a typo, so. Let's look at pre-existing examples, right? Markdown embedded code, right? Or yeah. So in this case, fenced code blocks, they have the backticks, and then here they got the Python blocks, right? So this is what I'm thinking. Now, it doesn't help with inline blocks, right? But if we don't have the single tick version, it's okay. And what I would like from that library is a list of languages that might match the first character. So if it could return that, we could just check to see if the first token matches a language, and we're good. Highlight JS. Let's see, do they have an API listed somewhere? Yeah, but do they have a function that returns an array? Oh, highlight. Couldn't you do highlight JS highlight all? Yes. Yes, absolutely. And here, let's make that work today. Oh, thank you. Departed languages. Highlight element. I see. Okay, let's skip the tagging of it and just go with the straight ahead version for what we have. And so we're going to support this at the moment. Now we need to strip out the first character and the last character. If you use the class hinting, it will use that language. I see. Yeah, but we don't, and we don't know what the class hint. I guess we could, but I would like to remove it if it's an actual language. I guess we could take that whole page and just put it into an array here, right? And then we just check to see if the first token is in that array. That would work, right? Okay. So let const code is equal to code dot, is it slice? Start and end. Okay, slice 1, -1. Let's see if that works. Oh. Yeah. Back to here. Log in. List languages maybe. Let's check that. Oh, beautiful. Okay. That's exactly what I was looking for. Awesome. Okay. Now, if we type in some new code. Oh, look at that. Okay, what happened here? Inspect element. Okay. Yeah, we just need to style that. That, and we need to get the highlight JS working. Let's go back to the code. All right. Oh, did it? Yep, that works. Oh, interesting. Why did pre end up this way? And yeah, it's totally borked right now. I have an error. Pre has white space. It's like it stopped listening. Wonder why. Message has unused export property mention names. Yeah. Let's kick it again. All right, but how do we get Highlight.js embedded in Tauri? Right, because we need to bundle that. And I did include it in the package.json because this is how they said you could do it. Highlight.js, you could just reference the CDN assets like this. But then how do we make sure that gets included somewhere, right? I don't know how to do that in Svelte. Oh, we got about 10 minutes. How do we do it? Just a script or a link to a script or require app.html. I could pull it in here maybe. I wonder if that would bundle it on import HLJS. Okay, we'll try that. So that would be in message.svelte. Okay. Failed to resolve import from that. It's okay. Now, what did we import it as? Do we have to do from this? I was trying to follow their steps on the website. Import Highlight.js styles. GitHub. Okay, they have some styles in the repo. Oh, nice. We just searched for Highlight.js generator. So this was last published. Wait, what? Published 3 years ago. Okay. This has like no downloads. I don't trust this. This has many downloads. A little bit better. You should use Highlight.js instead of their... Okay. Was it this one? Oh, wow. All right. 11.7. was highlight.js. Okay. There we go. One added, one removed. Let's go back over to message. Okay, but the value is never used. Okay. Yeah. Let's just see what we got. So once we do that, we should be able to use HLJS dot, what was it, all, I was looking at one of your last links. It was a code link, where was that? Oh, list languages, okay. All right, let's see what happens. Log in. Oh. That's interesting. We should be logged in. Oh, something else probably died when I tried to load that code here. Okay. No. Some timing issue. Okay. Copy paste some code. Foo equals bar. Inspect. Find the silly window. Languages. 192. Oh, that's working. Okay. That was a lot less friction than I was expecting. Okay. Well, so we do this, right? We do the message code. And then after this is added, we need to ask it to style that, right? And how do we ask it to style that? Let's go back over here. No. Okay. So we can just highlight the code like that. Well, let's try it. Highlight auto versus highlight. Okay. This is weird because it doesn't really feel like we're on the server, but I mean, we're not in Node, right? Okay. Highlighted code is equal to HLJS.highlight auto. Now just give it the string code part. Dot value. Oh, look at that. Quote bar, let foo equals quote bar. What? That makes me sad a little bit. That's raw HTML. Oh, we don't. Oh, I see. So we just return highlighted code. Is this because we escaped? So maybe I have XSS protection on. Okay. What's this look like? Message. Oh, svelte stuff. Yes. But I think I disabled that for this because we were doing the escaping upstream. Rich message. So we have this rich message thing that we change. And yeah, we have HTML here. So we allow like straight HTML to come through. Yeah, we got that. I wonder if this is just because. Yep. And we're doing that. We're doing that because the rich message includes the highlighted code in it. So it's the same path that the emoticons work with. Right. So we just return the HTML from message code here, and that's it. I suspect that it's actually because of this in here. So if we had a code block here and we skipped the Escama bits and just had a code here. It feels like it's getting double escaped. And, oh, it didn't pick up. Still no. Gotta figure that out. There it goes. Third time's a charm. Very regularly. Okay, let's try again. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, so now we have... Oops. Let's run that. Yeah, that for whatever reason, that emote is not picking up. Okay. So the problem was the double escaping here. So if I turned it off on the Rust side and let highlight.js escape it, it seems to work. Now we just need to get the styling in for this. Holy cow. Yeah, what? Oh my goodness. Just import this stuff. Yeah, but which one? Oh, there's so many choices. Yeah, Hub Dark. We could just do that one first. Oh, we can make our own. We're just going to go raw. Copy it. Okay. And where's our CSS? Save. This is going to be where? Source? Tauri source? Source here. Like that CSS. Okay, so now we're importing highlight.css. Maybe. Oh, you don't need to copy them manually. Well, we're going to make our own. So I'll probably make it to the styling of the rest of this. Then probably get some CSS variables going. I'd like to try using some of those. Okay, let's try the code again. Oh, look at that. Now we just need to have some other border around it. Look at that. Styling. Coming together. Okay. That way, I'm gonna kind of press my time here. Message that's svelte. No, yeah, this is it. Message code. So we get the languages here. Turn the highlighted code. I want this inside of div class is equal to I don't know, just code block. Okay. And then wait, error while parsing. Oh, sure. Take that. Oh, dear. What did it treat that as? I missed it. Again. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that doesn't look right. That does look really wrong. All right. And so for the code block, oh, what did we call it? Was it message block or code block? Code block, okay. Line block. Yep, should already be there. Border. I don't know, I'm just going to pick a color. Dark blue, sure. It's not there. Oh, did I say class? Yeah, class. Code underscore block. Code block. Unused CSS selector. It is used. Why is that not used? Oh, yeah. I gotta run. We made some great progress today. This is cool. Um, Need to get that in a little box. Yeah, little border around it for code. Make it look like some code. The text styling. Get the monospace font, all that. So to get the window in the same location. Oh, nice. I will do that. Because you added VS string interpolation, VS Code only looks at the tags inside the template. I see. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Let's do this quick. Oh, the prime gen. All right, y'all. Advent code should be exciting. So. Until next time, take care. And thank you for the help. Thank you.
Hello there, Mr. Pramagin. Like that's not sexy sounding. Thank you, B. Jesuit or Suitor. Thank you. I do. Okay, I'll tell you one story. So there's this like whole experience that I had growing up, which was I was told that Norwegian ladies are the most beautiful ladies of all time. So I was very excited when I went to college. I lived in the international dorms, and boom, in walks a Swedish or a Norwegian lady. And people are like, oh yeah, she's from Norway. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like my destiny. Here we go. And I walk up and I'm like, hey, my name's Primogen. What's your name? And she's like, nice to meet you, Primogen. And my name is, and I was just like, whoa, that's not what I was expecting. Like, this is, hello there. Hello, I am very sexy farm girl. Would you like some milk from cow? I'm like, no, no, no. How do you access? Oh, dude, I don't have access. You sound like Grandpa from SpongeBob. Thank you. You sound like Borat. Thank you. This is gonna be a weird direction. I know. Beautiful access. Thank you. I'm pretty good at. Okay, here we go. Santa's reindeer typically eat regular reindeer food, but they need a lot of magical energy. They really started off today, like right deep in here. To deliver presents on Christmas. For that, their favorite snack is a special type of star fruit that only grows deep in the jungle. The elves have brought you on their annual expedition to the grove where the fruit grows. Theo is thinking he's coming at 10. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I'm doing a warm up. I'm going to make sure I know what I'm doing.
You know.
Oh, damn it. 10:30 hit time.
This is going to be like the gateway drug.
I didn't do Montana.
3 months turns into a year.
And of course, I did non-Montana time. Non-Montana time. I know, time codes are stupid. Aren't we like an hour early? Yeah, we are. Let's just keep solving AOC. We'll do a little bit of Rust afterwards. And then we will, Theo, come on. You know what I mean? Okay, anyways, here we go. All right. Let's see, okay. To supply enough magical energy, the expedition needs to retrieve a minimum of 50 stars by December 25th. Although the elves assure you that the grove has plenty of fruit, you decide to grab any fruit you see along the way, just in case. Bisco, how many times do you have to tell them?
Look at you with that full head of hair.
I know. I gotta stop doing it. I gotta stop. You know what? I need to start only planning. I need to start using a calendar. This is what this tells me. This is like the third time I've done this recently where I'm like, I'm an hour early. I just need to use a calendar. Miguel, profile picture. Thank you very much for the 6 months in advance. I really appreciate that. Goons, thank you for the tier 1 brand new. We got brand new people being brand new. Let's get brand new together.
And then at some point you notice like your beard actually creeping up into like past your sideburns, right? It was like that point. This hair's really wiry. What's going on?
You know, it's just lying on the floor like I normally do, thinking about you. And I was just wondering, hear me out here. We do need a director of the fine arts coffee making. I'm thinking you got it. I think you got it. Okay, you look like a man who could roast a bean or two. Okay, I'm just saying. Let's go, Lithium. Thank you very much for that 1,000 biddies. Only plans. I know I do need an only plans. North 25 seconds. Thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime. Better an hour early than a better hour late. That's true. And thank you very much, Martan Estaban, 88. Twitch Prime, let's go. Holy cow, sorry, I'm scrolling through that. Karen does not need shit. Okay, and Dynamic next. That sounds very dynamic. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, let's get going, huh? You guys want to get going? I appreciate all those primes. That's 6 months in advance. Begin. Appreciate that. Thinking that someone messed with my stuff. It's not supposed to sound like that. It's supposed to sound a little bit deeper. Look, you know. There we go. The time zone, Ligma, and thank you. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that. Okay, the jungle must be too overgrown and difficult to navigate in vehicles or access from the air. The elves expedition traditionally goes on foot as your boat approaches land. Thank you.
Now, there was some stuff in the board. I cleaned it up a little bit last night. There was some stuff that was in the backlog and to do, and that shows up on the board. So the stuff that was in the backlog in to do, I just marked it as backlog again. So stuff may have shifted. If you are looking for something that's not there, check the backlog.
In particular, the number of calories each elf is carrying. Your puzzle input. How convenient. Hey, TJ, by the way, if people don't know TJ right here, TJDD is a core contributor to Neil Him. Go follow him. All right. Hey, Chad, can we distract Brian for an hour until Theo gets here? Easily. Elves take turns writing down their number of calories contained by the various meals, snacks, rations, and etc. That they have brought with them. One item per line. Each elf separates their own inventory from the previous elf's inventory, if any, by a blank line. For example, suppose the elves finish writing their items, calories, and end up with the following list: 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, new elf, 4,000, new elf, 5,000, 6,000, new elf, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, new elf, 10,000. Let's see, this list represents the calories of food carried by 5 elves. The first elf is carrying food with 1, 2, 3, for a total of 6,000. The second elf is carrying one item for a total of 4,000 calories. The third elf is carrying food with 5 and 6 calories, total of 11,000. The fourth elf is carrying all of that crap, 24,000. The fifth with that. All right, in the case of the elves, let's see. In case the elves get hungry and need extra snacks, they need to know which elf to ask. They'd like to know how many carries are being carried by the elf that's carrying the most calories. In the example above, 24,000 is carried. Find the elf. How many? Okay. Obviously, this is going to be a very easy one, so let's just do this in the most easy way ever. The answer is 42069. Let's just try that right away. Okay, so it did not work. 42069 was not the input. Okay, you always try it. You never know. Okay, you could. What happened if you strike gold? You never know. You could strike a golden star. Impossible. Use grep only. I think. I actually think I could solve. No. You don't need Ock. I actually think I could solve this. I actually think I could solve this on the command line. Okay, so let's just solve it once for fun on the command line. Let's see if we can just do this on the command line. Okay, let's just see if we can do this once on the command line. Theo's on his way. Yeah, do eat. Let's see. Let's go like this. Gotta go eat. Bim. All right, so here let's go like this. Okay, tree sitter, dude. Tree sitter has been losing their marbles lately. All right, let's go like this. Let's go into source, bin, and let's go. I'm just gonna have day 1 as a file here. And let's go like this. Let's just see if we can do this, because I actually think we can without using awk. User bin m bash. Let's go. Right, just a classic bash me daddy, bash me son, bash me. All right, so here is the input, right? So let's take this and let's go input 1 1. Throw that in here and like this 1 1 test, right? There we go. And let's go cat input 1 1 test, right? So let's make sure we got everything all nicely set up. Source bin J1. All right, so that did not work because of course we're in this stupid thing where we have to do and then go that. Okay, so there we go. We got that. All right, so check this out. Here's my crazy idea. Is there a leaderboard? There's not a leaderboard yet. I can pin. Nothing to pin yet. Russian, private and break me up. What do you mean Russian Prime? This is not the Russian Prime, okay? In the Russia Prime, your Twitch Prime belongs to me. How'd I do? Did I do a good one? I think I tried. I tried as best I can. Whenever I try to do a Russian accent, I have to frown. You know I must frown when making a Russian accent. Is this Ukrainian Prime? Shit. In Russia, streamer watch audience. Yeah. There you go. Russian Vans Prime. Yeah. Turn that. I cannot turn the file upside down when making this space. If I try to, it just goes away. See, I cannot make. See, I sound too happy now. But when I do this, I sound very upset.